It's a beautiful day to share with you guys our recent kitchen remodel. It's an exciting project for us. The kitchen looks so good, but before we show you the after, we want to take you guys back to day one. You get to see the before, what you are working with, and we also take you through the demo process. So looking at the old kitchen, there's a few things that I didn't like about that kitchen. Of course, the color palette, it was just a normal developer kitchen, just different colors that were not making sense. I didn't like the moody palette in the kitchen at all. I also didn't like how the top cabinets were not getting to the ceiling, because when you look at the scale and the proportion of this room, it's not too big, so it just felt like it was just incomplete the way the cabinets didn't go all the way to the ceiling. So that was an issue for me. But then the good thing is, when you're doing a remodel, you get to make all the changes that you need. The idea here was to make it a dream kitchen for our clients, and who doesn't love a good facelift? So we got to demo day and we got to get rid of all the cabinets. We removed everything. We also got rid of the backsplash. That's another thing that I actually didn't like in this space. The gray backsplash was not looking nice. It's not a classic look, so we also needed to get rid of that and kind of just start afresh. And I like that that gave us an open space to be able to build something beautiful for our clients. So after demo works, we got to the planning process, which happens to be my favorite part in the whole design process, because you get to pick color palettes, you get to do the whole rendering, just like make sure everything fits. So we were able to pick a color palette for this kitchen. My client wanted something classic, something minimalist, light and airy, but also she didn't want an all-white kitchen. So there was only two ways around this. It's either to pick a neutral palette for just and achieve symmetry with both the top and the base cabinets, and the other option, which is what we went with, and it's so beautiful, is where we just went with white top cabinets and went with more of a softer color for the base cabinets. And I just like the two-toned kitchen. It's still light, it's still classic, and it's very beautiful. I love marble. Like, I have an obsession with marble, and I feel like it was just the perfect detailing we needed for the countertops. I also feel like that kind of look would work so well with the cabinets that we'd picked. The beautiful color that you see at the base needed something more lighter and more airy, and that marble look is just classic, and I love it. So marble can actually be more on the high-end side when it comes to like cost. So we wanted to be able to break that and spend more when it comes to the countertops, and at least spend less when it comes to the backsplash. So to just kind of give that traditional element in the space, we went with the subway tile, and I think it's so beautiful. So with the subway tile, if you want to have it look more modern, is you have more of white grout lines, but because we wanted to have a more, again, classic and a bit of like traditional elements here, more timeless, if I might use that word, we went with more of like a lighter gray grout line on the backsplash, and I think it gives it more detail, it gives it more character, and I just love how it works with the accessories that we've worked with on the doors. We went with these beautiful black knobs and also these beautiful black handles. The idea is, initially I thought of like mixing these accessories and having maybe some beautiful brass handles on the doors, but then with our current market, whatever you need and whatever is available is quite different. So I just wanted to keep it clean, so we went with the black handles at the bottom, and I think it just gives it a beautiful depth. And then at the top we went with like these beautiful round knobs to just like give a bit of softness on the upper side. key thing in every kitchen, or rather when you're designing a kitchen, is you want to value functionality the same way you value aesthetics. You might have a beautiful kitchen, but if it's not functioning right for you, it will not make sense, or rather it will not work for you. So ideally what we wanted with this space, we wanted to have it super cute, but also we wanted to be able to have some details, or rather to just like add more functionality with like how we displayed things, or like how we inbuilt things in the space. So you'll find we've gone with like a double sink. I feel like that's better for like anyone when you're doing dishes, it's more easier. We also went with like these pull-out dustbins to just like have, for her to have more access, or rather like better, easier access when she's just like chopping things. So the next thing was also providing spice racks just next to the cooker so that she can easily grab while she cooks. We also wanted to have like a magic corner on one of the corners, because we always have like this corner in our cabinets that is wasted. So we wanted to be able to have like a place where she could put her pots, her pans, and I think it's super beautiful. A few drawers in the kitchen also made sense so that she can be able to have space for like a cat trolley. We also wanted to add a wine rack, which I think is a bit rare when you find when you come across many kitchens, but we wanted to think about like when you have drinks, where do you store them? So we wanted to have like that wine rack where she can be able to store everything. I think the key thing about this space is there's no room for a pantry, so being able to have storage solutions for everything was super important, and that's why you find we've also gone with these tall cabinets. The upper cabinets go all the way to the ceiling so that we can have better storage and also more storage for just everything in the kitchen. We also wanted to balance out the styles in this kitchen. When you look at the subway tile, when you look at the door profiles, they have like that traditional element, and I am actually in love with the door profiles that we went with for this kitchen. I think the detailing that you see on the doors, they just kind of elevate the look, the cabinetry look a lot, and they give it a bit more character and more interest. And one key thing I wanted to be able to do is to bring in inbuilt appliances to just kind of bring that modern touch in the space. So you'll notice we've gone with an inbuilt cooker, we've gone with an inbuilt oven, an inbuilt microwave, and they just kind of help balance the whole look out. So another thing we were keen on is having all these inbuilt appliances. We also wanted to create a provision for the fridge so that it also looks as if it's inbuilt, and I just love the seamless look that we have in the kitchen. This kitchen might not be the biggest of kitchens, but I'm happy with how we've made good use of the space that we had. Everything has its own space. We have storage for literally everything in this kitchen, and also enough countertop space to be able to do a bit of styling here and there. And I just love how everything looks. So we even picked a few things for our clients at Dynasty Kitchen, and I think they look so good. The sugar, coffee canisters, some chopping boards as well. I feel like everything is looking so good. So I think another tip I would add before we close the video is that with everything that goes on the whiter countertops is you want to add warmth. So a few earthy tones here and there would be nice. Some browns with your chopping boards would be nice, and I think that helped complete the whole look. I love this kitchen. Let me know what you guys think.
Boy, you had me from the start. By the way you stared, the way you rode up on me, yeah. Man, I felt your energy. Wasn't used to being loved and treated differently, yeah. But something went wrong, the signals got crossed, and now we're on completely different pages. Let's go where we were, where no one gets hurt. Baby, keep it right there, don't you stress the flow. You're trying to pick the pace up, we should take it slow. Baby, keep your focus, don't you make me change my mind. If you love me, baby, don't you switch up the vibe.